And then I always have to recombobulate this. Cool. I got that. Now, this has to refresh. Pilots, welcome back. I know you're here. I'm here. Good to see you.
All right, stick of monkey pants.
We're sticking at monkey
Take it
pants.
off.
We are waiting for things to configure just a little bit here. And we are going to get into episode 56 of the show. So we're going to turn down the volume on the YouTube because we don't want that. We just want our comment section. That's it. So we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. You know how it is. This is how it always goes. So are you into number 50? There it is. There it is. Live now. It's got the wrong name, but that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. I'm going to edit the video right now. Change the title. Change the title. I'll see the chat in a minute, guys, and I will call you all out. RC Pilots Lounge number 56 right here for the record at a new location. New house. This is how it goes. And the drama, right, of trying to hook this thing up. Oh, my word. Caps lock off. Thank you. I would have to spell house like 3 different times. Save. My word. Okay, cool. So, now we are still fumbling around, but we'll get it. This is how it goes, and I always cut off the first few minutes because it's just a mess. There it is. There's the chat, and here we are opening the windows. Ladies and gentlemen, I can finally see you. How are you? Mitchell Farley, Michael Roshka, Fredmund Budd, Dennis Farley, MSJ 143, Anthony Sanfilippo, RC Weaving, Bobby's Hobbies, Test Pilot RC. That's Bobby Committa, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Chambers, Chris Jackson, RC Weaving. Yeah, at least he's comfy. Guys, we are in the new house. Check it out. We are doing this. Episode number 56. Can you hear me okay? Jeff's Custom RC, Brian Chambers. Facebook this out. Tweet it out. Instagram it out. Shout it out. We are here. Steve Coggins, Mary Boozer, RC Weaving, FPV, Eric Rogers, Bobby Committa. You in the room? Oh, yeah. Test Pilot RC. Test Pilot RC here in the chat. You guys see him? Oh! What? He just popped from the chat into the room. Why don't the rest of you guys figure that out? That would be really cool if you could.
Time travel.
Time travel. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Committa on the scene. Blow him up, welcome him, hang a rat style with loads of emojis. If you would, please. Blow up the chat. So Bobby's camping out, figuring out how to do this with me. We isn't that funny? The lag. Don't even worry about the lag. So we're looking at comments on one window, and there we go. That's a little easier to swallow. So we're hardwired in. We figured out the internet today. We did a test run earlier. Everybody says hi, Bobby. David Dellis, what's up? Just back from Jolly Good. Killer. Mike Kennedy, what is happening? There's a lot going on. It's been quite a week. I feel like I've missed everybody. Look at all the emojis for you, Bobby. Look at that. Look at that.
I'm Test Pilot RC in here also, so I'll be trying to answer questions or whatnot on my phone as well.
That's
so.
right. For now, he's Test Pilot RC. I think eventually you'll see Bobby take the branded handle here. You know, the Pilot Ryan, Captain Mike RC. So you'll be in the chat as us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pilot Ryan and Friends. We're gonna have to change it or something. So bigger screen. Oh, okay. Let's do it then. I already one step ahead of you. Bam. Ooh. How you like me now? Are you sure you don't want me to do the before we go bigger screen, maybe we should prep for destruction on the Death Star real quick. Or, nah, we'll just go. We'll just go. So I think I'm really slick because I can do a couple things online like that. So yeah, we're here at the new house. This is not the new set. This is just where we're at tonight because I had to make it happen. My wife's like, why are you beating yourself up to do the show? You told him last week you may not do one or whatever. I was like, well, I love doing the show. That's mostly why. And also because I don't quite have the time to throw together a premiere video that I want to be my next week's show anyway.
Kill the Death Star.
What's that? The Death Star? Yeah, if you kill the Death Star. If you see something I don't see, Bobby, let me know. Bobby Committa, you've seen him showing up lately on some of our videos, and then he's a hell of a pilot, and he's flying. What do we have you flying? The Marlin on one video.
Oh, yeah, Marlin. Got my hands on the new A10.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think did I put that one out?
I can't
Not
remember.
yet.
I'm not sure.
Did I?
No,
I don't even
I
know.
don't know.
There's a lot. We got you flying the high sea pack too.
Oh yeah,
On the MiG-17, a lot of stuff coming out with us. Super excited to have Bobby with us. Captain Mike is still on board. It's just, you guys know how it is. It's harder to get him out. So Bobby is just as nuts as the rest of us about getting these things done, and very skilled on editing actually, and the sticks for sure. So yeah, we've got a lot. We still got stuff from Muncie, dude. I've got that your maiden flight. Was it the maiden or just your maiden flight on that Flex Cessna?
I don't
They
know.
had flown it.
Yeah, I think it was just my maiden.
Your
Yeah.
maiden.
Yeah.
Maiden flight, middle of the night. Dennis Farley, were you? I don't know. You were probably asleep already.
Yeah, I think they were sleeping.
When Bobby did his maiden flight on the Flex Cessna 170, and you'd think he'd flown it 1,000 times.
Yeah, it was about 2 a.m. too.
It was about 2 a.m. It was a different kind of... I wouldn't say the lights were on, but it was lit.
Oh yeah.
Somebody was. So
Not just the plane.
yeah, not only the plane. Yeah, the plane wasn't the only thing lit up. That's hilarious. So, Lori's in the house. Jeff's Custom RC. Deuces Wild. Good to see everybody. That test run was just a smidge of flavor that I needed to just get pumped up for tonight. I look forward to this thing, hell or high water. I mean, we closed on the house yesterday. Seriously, the computer's on a box, the microphone's on a box, Bobby's soda's on a box, my coffee's on a box. There's boxes all over the place. We're telling the truth. We just closed. We just moved like yesterday. MSJ143 says Bobby looks like Captain Mike 20 years ago. You know what? If I put a mustache on him, we'd probably just not say anything.
Next show, I'll grow out the mustache.
Richard Petty style. So funny. Thanks, Deuces Wild. So listen, I want to update you guys on the Marlins. You guys who pre-ordered the Marlins, first of all, I'm going to try to drop a link in here. And this link I want you to use. You don't have to do it right this minute, but it's in the live chat and it's going to be in the description if it's not already. That's my link for hobbyzone.com. So anything you're going to get at hobbyzone.com. They have e-flite, they have FMS planes, they've got obviously the Arrows RC stuff. Anything you want to get from HobbyZone, bookmark that's my link. That's an affiliate link. That's affiliate marketing. This channel earns commission every time y'all get something through that traffic. It's just like the Amazon thing. These are some of the things that Pilot Ryan, I about said daddy. I'm all the time talking to my kids. It's some of the stuff that we're working on the back end to just keep delivering. I was talking about shopping cameras and stuff like that earlier. It's the same deal. So Bookmark that link. Anytime you get stuff at hobbyzone.com, use it. And again, they've got e-flite stuff. They've got FMS stuff. They've got Dynam stuff. They have also the Arrows RC. So the Marlins are on track for arriving Tuesday. That's the 3rd. That's like really quick.
Yeah, that's almost here.
Right? So all you guys who have pre-orders in will be getting a shipping notification middle of next week. All of you guys who want to get in on the Marlin, get it done. You said you're getting one.
Oh, yeah.
I might get another one too. We gave the first one to Mike, and you guys who don't know what the Marlin is, let me show you. This is it on the ground. This is one of the hottest, and I'm not just saying this, is one of the hottest little 4S jets out there.
Oh, it's so fun.
Isn't it, Bobby? Let's see, what else I got? I can show you a picture of it in the air with the flaps. Let's do that real quick.
For any guys that are looking at a first EDF also, perfect. It is a really good one for a first EDF.
I agree with you. And we've got guys like our buddy Dennis Farley who are fine. I think these guys all appreciate jets. They're not maybe quite there. They're not into them. They haven't committed on the 6S batteries.
Yep.
So it's easy for them to just kind of look over the fence and kind of wish, but also like, I'm cool. But 4S offerings, 4S jets, 11-bladed EDF on this Marlin. It's like an Avanti. It's
dude.
Right?
Yeah.
You flew it well for your very first time, and we'll get some more of that. I think what I want to see happen on that Marlin now is let's lose the gear and hand launch.
That's exactly what it needs. Yeah.
Rip it up.
Curious to see it.
Oh my goodness, because it's a hot little 4S jet. It's got the same power system as that e-flite F-16 11-bladed EDF that's out right now. It's dynamite. So
it's awesome.
You guys are getting yours soon. I can't wait. What's that Reading Rainbow thing? Don't take my word for it. Read the book. Like, buy the thing, or wait till you see your buddies with one, or wait for these other reports come in from the community, because it's a solid little jet.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't even wait for your buddies to get one, because you'll want one before them.
I know, and then you'll have to wait. So Dennis Farley got sucked into the dark side on this Marlin, 4S EDF. He's like, and our seal of approval over here, he couldn't take it anymore. It's like, I think did you and Mitchell both get one, Dennis? Answer me with a bunch of fire in the comments, will you? But seriously, yeah, Mike Kennedy's getting one. Who else is getting one? Whoever's getting a Marlin, answer in the chat with loads of fire emojis if you're getting a Marlin. If you already got one on orders, or if you want to get one, bam, let her rip. Yeah, I was watching Jeff's RC's videos on the MiG-17, and I love watching a guy shake it down. That was actually really cool to see you keep playing with the CG and things like that. Mitchell Farley's getting one. Look out, guys. Captured some club video today on my new Galaxy Note Plus, says Anthony Sanfilippo. Wait till tomorrow. I'm flying my MiG. Fist bump. Yeah, the MiGs, guys.
Oh, man. Don't get
Boozer.
me started. I love the MiG.
Yeah, the Dennis Farley, John Rothberg. We're going to get some more video with the MiG with you, Bobby. Did you ever sort that out? Was it a servo going bad?
I'm actually in the middle of it right now.
Still sorting it?
Yeah.
Tell them what happened. We were going to do a video on Rand Groomer's Afterburner.
Yeah. Burner,
Tell us.
Burner is awesome. That burner from, I think it's the LED light Afterburner, I think is the name of it.
And that's the Rand. There's three, right?
Yeah,
Rand Groomer.
Yeah.
I want to say MacGruber from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
And then Guniac.
Yeah, and Guniac.
And then, of course, RC Geek. A lot of G's in here.
It's the light burner. That's what it is.
The
and he just got
burner.
a website, too. You should check it out. It's pretty nice. He lists a lot of airplanes on there. He has a lot of selection, too. But, yeah, man, that MiG had great luck with it. I was kind of scared because I heard people having issues with this and that.
Well, you were at the field when I was
Oh, yeah.
Actually, he's
Yeah.
the only reason that MiG got up that day because he says he never uses flaps on his Freewing F-86, so he let me totally steal those servos right out of the plane to fix the elevator on the MiG, right?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, my goodness.
It worked.
Thanks to Bobby Committed, we got those videos out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, go on.
Yeah, so we go to shoot a video the other day on the burner. I get up and we had a really bad north wind, so I thought the wind was kicking me around a little bit. Well, I try landing this damn thing, and I was giving it every input, just trying to keep it from going into the ground, and then finally got it back on the ground, and noticed when I walked to the plane, my rudder servo was just twitching back and forth and getting stuck and just doing whatever it felt like doing. And
It was something was totally up because Bobby and I and Mike really don't care too much about what the wind's doing, you know.
No, yeah.
But Bobby looked like a newbie, a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? I'm not being a jerk.
No, man,
Like,
it was
the
bad.
fact that he brought in a plane with a rudder servo dying like before our eyes was pretty impressive, actually. So yeah, it was nothing worth like. I don't know if Mike filmed it or if I dumped the footage or what. He was filming, but it was a mess.
Yeah, it was. It
was a
interesting.
mess, man. So
It was hard to keep track of me just because I was trying to recover when I was pulling out of a recovery, I was getting back into something scary and sketchy, and then I was
it looked cool though. That afterburner looked awesome.
Yeah, the burner
I think
looks
I got
great.
enough footage to do an Instagram out of it. But
Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah.
that was the day we were doing we did the cargo.
Oh yeah,
The
we did.
e-flite
Yeah.
cargo 1500 in that wind.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, cool, let's bind it for
That
safe.
thing is sweet too. That's a good one.
You know what? It's super responsive. Like I toned it down.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys saw the videos from us, you see how I made it just the aileron panels only for the roll. But when it comes by default, it's the center panel and the ailerons are tied together, and then you
Yeah.
just have the flaps. So I've seen some other videos where that thing is very super responsive.
Mm-hmm.
I think we'll probably dial it back into crazy
man.
throws for Bobby's when
I
it's
wanna
Bobby's
hover
turn. Yeah. I would feel a lot better about hovering that thing if it wasn't collets. That drives me nuts. The collets
Oh,
instead of
yes.
screw bolt-on props.
Yep. That.
But once we know it's good,
Yeah.
we're cool. We C8 it, man.
Yeah, that's the only thing that you really can do, and I was kind of shocked they used that setup on
Remember that?
aircraft.
Bobby and Captain Mike were filming when the prop flew off of it, and they're like, "What's going on?" Because they're filming, they couldn't see the prop
I
flying
thought it
off.
was a bird that flew past you. That's what it looked like in the lens. I didn't
We'll
know
show
what
you
it
guys
was.
in
Yeah.
another video because we're gonna do some parachute stuff and use that cargo door, and then also let Bobby rip it to shreds. That's gonna be fun. So I'm sorry about. I was kind of looking forward to seeing Boozer at Jolly Good bringing us some info, but that didn't work out. So, but it looks like some of you guys got to go. So I'm catching up. Yep, Jeff's Custom RC. Ray.
The Wayne's World skit, I like that.
Well, yeah, where's that? Who?
Brian Chambers.
Okay.
Them two on the couch reminds me of
Wayne's World. Party time. Excellent.
Party on.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Man, I haven't seen that in a long time.
Dude, it looks like I saw it yesterday.
See, you remember
Ryan's
pretty well.
World. Party time. Jeff's Custom RC. Them two on the couch reminds me of Wayne's World. Yeah, those afterburners, they looked really cool. And these guys are doing a lot to hustle them. So, you made a video of installing rain groomers,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Gramer? What the hell? What is it?
Groomer? I think it's Groomer.
A lot of G's.
Yep.
So that video can come out relatively
soon,
soon,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
And then Captain Mike is making a video of Gooniacs going in.
Yep. And then I'm going to have another one for the 22 also.
The one I'm going to give you?
That one and
Another?
and for the 6S version.
Oh, cool. I got an RC Geek Afterburner that someone's got to put in something. You doing it?
I'll do it.
Okay. Sweet. So we'll have all three of them, hopefully. I think we need to probably get another one from Ray, though, because by the time when I got that one, I think he was super early in development. I'd like to show one that's more current to what he's offering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
He's doing some things now where he's just, like, especially on the bifurcated duct systems, where he's just inserting them in the tubes, not at the back of the can.
That's a good idea.
Like two, like in the ducts, like Mike used to do the whistles, but like the lights.
That's not a bad idea, actually.
I just have not had time to play with that stuff.
Yeah.
Farmer Man, Captain Photon, RC Madness, Deuces Wild, Chris Jackson, Barry G. So did you guys hear the word then on the Marlins? You guys who got one, they're coming soon. Captain Photon, good to see you, man. I really have missed all you guys. Like, I feel like I haven't been on social for like a week, getting moved, getting packed, signing documents, cashing checks, making sound effects, for example. Here's a telephone ring. Where is Dave's RC, by the way? I know he's in Maine, but like, where is he tonight? In the chat. So anyway, you guys who are late to the party, there's going to be a link in the description for Hobby Zone. And it's a big, long link because it ties to this channel and what we do here. And it's awesome. And I'm super appreciative. And there's I can't tell you what it is, but I can tell you that on the same shipment with the Marlins are a couple other options as well. I'll tell you what it is later, Bobby. You can't tell anybody.
Lips are sealed.
Yeah, lips are sealed. And so unlike the Marlin and some of these other things that have been pre-orders that we've launched, these things are going to be here, ready to go for purchase. Same thing. Bookmark it. Go to Hobby Zone through me. Please, it's helpful. If you're going to go there anyway, do it. It's going to drive me nuts if you don't. And don't you love me? That's why you're here. So, thanks, HTC Gameplay Videos. You like the lighting here. So, Bobby and I looked through. This is not even where we're going to be doing the show. But you guys who just showed up, we're here on cardboard boxes getting it done. Not going to miss a show. This is number 56. Like, this thing is. You guys are built in. Like 9 o'clock. Like, I really don't do a good job at all of promoting that this thing is going on.
Regular scheduled programming.
We're going to figure it out. We're going to tighten it up. Bobby's on task to help me on my end tighten this thing up and bring some production value to it.
Oh, there's greatness to come.
There's ways to do this that aren't so like every time's your first time. But it's like, talk about flying by the seat of your pants. Pun completely intended. Like, I do that every time. There's always dead air at the beginning of these replays, I'm sure, that I try to cut off. Photon, you're hilarious. George Watts, what's going on? Kevin Farrows, what's happening? Photon, you're the watch guru. What do you think of the Tag smartwatch? Gonna be a while before I buy any more planes. Surgery bills kicking my ass, says Chris Jackson. Man, I'm sorry to hear that. So anyway, yeah. So we showed Bobby the new digs are in the basement. It's like a home theater system.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely no more black for me. So that's what's happening. And if you guys like the love seat, I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could bring it down there.
Pretty comfortable, actually.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, I like you. I didn't want to sit this close, but it's cool. No, but I actually have yawn, right? Like yawn. I actually had. Hopefully, they're still available. Brooke found some cool vintage furniture stuff that I was gonna get, but there was no reason to buy it when you're trying to move.
Yeah.
So if it's still for sale, I'm gonna jump. You guys, I got a Rafia plane today. Hobby Zone Supercut, or what is it? Sport S, the blue and white one. I'm so pumped, actually. because we live at a place. I don't have a runway in my yard, but like across the streets, like kind of like manicured stuff, you know,
yeah.
soccer field. And then there's another field on the other side of the trees that's not mowed as good, but it's great for crashing a plane into the grass. And it's not super tall though, where you can't get through it. So I'm like, yeah,
That's not bad. Little safety net.
I'm pumped, dude. I'm
Yeah,
pumped
that's cool.
about it. Yeah, new house, y'all. It's crazy. I told Brookie, I was like, man, I'm gonna end up liking this. We're in a sunroom right now, y'all. I mean, there's
It's pretty
windows.
sweet.
There's windows all around. I think we're like in an aquarium now, like podcast aquarium. So that's what's up. The lighter color's easier. Yes, you're right, Eric Rogers, on the camera and everything.
This is kind of sexy.
Yeah, right. Ethan RC says, looks like someone disliked the video. I wonder why. Is it you, Ethan, who dislikes it? You seem to be the guy who always brings it up when someone does. I'm just being funny, but it's okay. You know what? Someone disliked it. Let's end the stream now. You know, we got a thumbs down. We're gonna quit. Farmer Man is dreaming of how well his maiden will go tomorrow. I'm in my zen. I see a good maiden coming wins no more than 20 kph at the most. So what is that in imperial measurements? Neighborhood's glowing. A new bromance brewing before our eyes, Michael Roshka. Nah, man, Bobby's been around for a minute. It's just on social, he's like Mike.
Yeah.
He's not really there too much. You guys see him though. If you're on Facebook, Bobby Committa.
Yeah. I do behind the scenes stuff, for another company also, so you don't see me too much.
That's right. Some of you guys might know him from other places. So, yeah, Bobby Committa on Facebook, Test Pilot Bob on Instagram, but soon to be part of the Pilot Ryan Network.
Yeah, I haven't really been putting media out just because I hang out with these guys too much too. So,
you guys, if you've seen any pictures at all where it's like actually Mike and I are both in it, it's because Bobby K is taking care of the behind the scenes thing, which is actually really cool.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
I've been using that for thumbnails and stuff.
Oh yeah,
you see
great.
that?
Yep.
Like
yeah.
where it's Mike and I.
Well, because I see you guys getting into it, and I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity for a good picture.
It's
and you guys don't even know
fantastic.
I'm doing it half the time.
No, it's I think it's brilliant. It's brilliant because it's
Not many people get to see what's going on. You know, they just see through the camera. So I want to see what's actually transpiring. You know.
it's the best. Like Dennis, he mentioned it. Him and Mitchell both mentioned it a couple times at Muncie, how cool it was, and he's seen us do it in Texas as well. But Dennis, blow this up with emojis, like if you agree. Like he mentioned how cool he thought it was to see, you know, us doing the work.
Oh yeah.
Because he got this. We did a few reviews in Muncie. We did the Arrows Corsair. We did the FMS F-18. We did the e-flite F-16. We did the FMS P4. I guess we did a few, man.
Yeah,
what
there's
else?
quite a bit
FMS P47. Me and you. That was the first debut, really, with Bobby. Was you guys should watch the F-22 kind of FMS fan versus free wing stock fan, and
that was a fun flight.
the F-22s. I don't even care about how the motors performed. I just think it was super cool when we both high alpha'd across Air Show Center.
Man.
Like
yeah,
really
that was fun.
pretty
That was
close. That's a good video.
That is.
Dennis Farley, yeah, man, thumbs up, dude, because that it is kind of cool to, you know, I don't think of it that way because I'm in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, and Dennis, of course, sees the videos, and he has hung out with us in Texas. Every time we go to Texas, man, the Farleys are in the house.
Oh man.
They're always in the house here too.
Yeah.
Dennis Farley is in Bobby Committa, and we're making folks famous here on a weekly basis. Like, it's hilarious. Like Mitchell told me, or the other boy, Wendell, told me one time, he's like, man, my dad used to not do any social media ever. And now you got him like all over the place.
Heck yeah.
Like, I would get you on Twitter if I thought it was really a place worth going, Dennis. But Dennis he's got on Instagram and he's on Facebook, man. He's here doing it on YouTube. So Dennis Farley, ladies and gentlemen, we love him. You guys know him on social. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
He's been putting out fires and stuff and building new trucks and things in Texas. And I've told stories about this guy before. He's like the Crocodile Dundee of Texas, but instead of alligators, it's like wild boar.
Well,
He'll kill him by his bare hands.
He's the one that built that badass water tanker the other week.
Yeah. You saw it, right?
Yeah, that
on
thing was
social.
sweet. Yeah, that was sweet.
I'm telling you guys, if you're not on social, you're missing out. And if you're worried about your privacy, you didn't have none anyway, right?
Quit talking and read. Sorry, Captain Photon.
Captain. Oh yeah, he's a smart aleck. This guy, Captain Crouton. When he starts getting frisky, you gotta call him names. Mitchell Farley says only reason I got Facebook is for RC. Me too, and I keep getting solicited by the craziest stuff, but it's all right. Dave's RC, man, late to the party, better than never. Good to see you. Sup, homies. I got to pop in on Dave's show last night a little bit, which is always a good time. If you're not watching Dave's RC show on Friday nights, 9 Eastern time, you're missing out because we're having a good time over there too.
Yeah.
Toe the line. Yeah, you got to come in. It's actually nice to
out.
not be in front of the camera and be able to just kind of rip it with the dudes in the chat.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah.
These guys have a ball in here, man, with each other, even despite what's going on this way. So Boozer Sunday is considerate and starts at 8, which is a good call. Plus, he's still just little, so he's got to go to bed early, right, guys?
School night.
Yeah, Boozer. He doesn't miss his beauty sleep. So yeah, Mary Boozer Sunday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Now, are you still going tomorrow as scheduled, Mary Boozer? Answer me with loads of emojis, please. Captain Futon wants to know. Craig Bevan, what is happening? Everybody say hi to Dave's RC. Bunch of emojis. All you guys, I'm super proud of you, man. You keep doing it. You keep shaping up. You keep titling your videos better. You better thumbnails. You should be getting more views now. Again, sometime this winter, we'll do a real tight kind of YouTubers only, or anybody who wants to just hang out and listen to us nerd out about this stuff. Search engine optimization, anyone? I mean, if you don't want to hear about it, then I'm not going to make you listen to it. You know what I mean? So, Dave, I was like in and out, falling asleep and all that kind of stuff, been moving. Dave is, I don't want to speak for him, but I think he's doing a giveaway on one of the Marlins from Hobby Zone. Is that right? Mrs. Boozer, it don't work, guys. The beauty sleep is a myth. He's still ugly, huh? Awesome. Oh my goodness, I couldn't wait for this week. I really wondered how it was going to go. Like, I can always do a premiere and have a Saturday release, but I want to do this. I want to be here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And not miss it. Timothy Touton, E-Jets and E-Warbirds coming up at Deer Creek Park in Ohio. Great place to fly.
Man, I thought about going to that. I was pretty. I think that's at Torx RC or something like that.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah. I thought about going. It's same weekend as the Grissom Air Show here, so it's like toss up. What one do you do? You know.
Right. Boozer has a special guest tomorrow. As long as the weather's good, he will have somebody with RC and information live on the show. Cool. SEO is the bomb, says Jeff's Custom RC. Man, it actually is, dude. I mean, I've been studying hard and it's working, you know? I mean, I've got some numbers that help me, but it's just because I'm doing the right things when I have something that gives me an opportunity. I mean, you guys, it's doable. You stick it out. I tell you what, YouTube is a long game. You're not going to do it overnight. Any overnight success out there in the world, whether it's RC or not, is 10 years in the making at least. There's really no such thing. And if a squirrel steals your GoPro and you get a gazillion hits on it, if your channel's a piece of garbage, it won't matter anyway. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
You can't take advantage of that unless you've already got the infrastructure built up.
Yeah.
So optimize. You're making these videos because you want people to see them. Take the time to title them right, build out your descriptions and your tags. Take advantage of everything YouTube gives you.
Yep.
And then distribute that content yourself.
Title's huge.
Title's huge. Description's huge. Thumbnails are huge. I'm awful at that. I got plenty of room to improve myself. And we're getting there. Sorry that was a hint. Rich Baker is our guest tomorrow, coming to you live from Hurricane Central. That's what I thought you were going to do. Awesome. So come on to see RC Informer and Mary Boozer talk it out tomorrow on the Mary Boozer Show. Who's Airwolf, Captain Photon? The code words I just can't get with. What are you going to sleep for, Fred? It's not about that. It's about getting them seen. I mean, ad money on YouTube is makes me think of cuss words when I think how few it is, you know, for what you holy smokes. Dave's RC. That would be one dead squirrel. Take my Mobius, will you? Dave's RC, man. Thanks so much for that. You're out of control. I love you to pieces. I'm telling you, you guys, if you're not watching that show too, you're missing out. It really is a weekend long deal. It is fantastic. So, super excited to see what's coming new from hobbyzone.com this week. I know what it is, but I haven't seen it. Can I tell you a couple hints you guys want to know? Blow it up with loads of emojis if you want me to tell you the size of the two new birds. Okay, let me know. Loads of emojis. So there's a lag, or money. You can throw money too. Thanks so much for that, Dave. Oh, that's awesome. So, Captain Photon says, I think I pissed off Richard Baker, Lori. I called him Mike on YouTube. Oh, he's not mad. You know, everybody calls me Captain all the time. Captain Photon. They always call me Captain Photon. It's crazy. Oh, the stories just go on and on, but I can't tell them all. It's so funny. So it looks like there's loads of emojis. These guys think I'm going to tell them that it's 1100 millimeters. I'm not going to tell them.
I don't think you should either.
I'm not going to tell them. Back to bowling. 2 games left, and I'll be back 30 minutes or so. Dave's RC. Pleasure. You're a treasure. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much, man. Victor Shamulus, you're funny. That's all right. You know, I like rascals. I actually was bummed out. We got rained out going to Joe Knoll a while back because I thought me and RC Informer make videos. There's a thing we do, you know, like could easily be common bond, you know, camaraderie. It's like I was kind of looking forward to like meeting him, you know what I mean, at Joe Knoll and talking to him and bending his ear or whatever, see what's up.
Yeah.
But it hadn't happened. Scotty says, congrats on the new house. Thank you so much for that. Captain Photon says, Ryan, your sarcasm is noted. Farmer Man says, Dennis says 1100 millimeter. What? Yeah, Dennis Farley. You're a Patreon member. So I'll let you know. Since it's so soon anyway, I'll let you know. Text. You got me. I'll tell you. So that's some exclusive right there. Turbine Fun Day. Video is up in 5 minutes. Check it out. Goes about 200 miles an hour. But don't check it out in 5 minutes because we're still going to be over here. I'm not going to send y'all off to go watch a video while I'm in the middle of one. But thanks for that. Anyway, watch it after this. So I'll have you drop the link or something at the end of the show. But you got to stay that long. How about that? Sweet, says Dennis Farley. Tag is Kevin's new nickname for him. It used to be Crash, but I think Mary Boozer took it. That's what he said. He's the one who told me. Boozer said he was going to change his nickname, I think. September 5, 6, 7, and 8, 2019, Torx Model Air Park, Deer Creek State Park, Mount Sterling, Ohio. Mark your calendars now for the E-Jets and E-Warbirds Fun Fly Fest, Open Flying Sunday. 4 days of exciting RC aviation.
That should be a good one, though.
It should be a good one. Crouton, Kevin's name is Crash, just saying. See, we got our man in the street, Bobby Committa, who can go to some of these events and show us what's up, too.
Oh, yeah. I attended a lot of events this year. One to go to next year, too, is Jet Jam for sure.
Jet Jam for sure. And the one that is so good, I almost want to keep it to myself.
I already know what one you're talking about.
Say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Neffy. For sure. Dennis Farley, you know what we're talking about. Yeah, you're wearing the shirt right now.
Yeah.
We sponsored Neffy in part with some other sponsors last year. The Pilot Ryan Captain Mike RC YouTube channel.
Yeah. I'm going to try to
futurely known as Pilot Ryan and Friends, I think.
Yeah. I'm going to try to get something put together for next year also.
Sweet, so that's right.
We'll have it'll be good next year, especially Jet Jam as well.
There's more cooking, you guys who really follow close, it's a big deal and it's super awesome to be working out some of these deals and stuff on the back end. There's more going on. And Bobby's a big part of some of the next stuff that's on the fire cooking. And I'd like to see that come to fruition. Yeah, we're going to end up being more on a YouTube channel.
Oh, there's a lot to come. That's all. That's
perhaps
the best way to say it.
Dennis Farley had so much fun at Neffy. He brought enough alcohol that if he ran out of gas for his truck, he could distill it and get home. He could still get home. Oh man. That's okay, Tim. I'll see you in Chatham Thunder Thrust. Hey, don't talk like that on here.
Captain Photon, I actually do have a woman. You just have to find the right one. That's the biggest thing.
When you don't. Oh. No, she's cool.
Yes.
She hustles on social. Photon. Bobby's chick, I haven't met her yet either, but she's a hustler.
She is a little bit, yes.
Doesn't she?
Yeah,
you were telling me about she'll go.
She's in the purse game.
We call it retail arbitrage.
Yes. Retail
arbitrage. Say it like that. Y'all drank it all. Yeah, Dennis, you were almost stuck. So funny. We had a ball with all of our friends, new and old. And Neffy, June next year. Don't know the dates, but
it's a good man. It brings that is an event that I can honestly say brings everybody together.
It's low key and it's awesome.
Yes, it's great, man. It's a really good time.
Make it clap, says Jeff's Custom RC. Just getting in, Ryan. How are you doing? Good luck with the new house, man. We're doing fantastic. I'm over here with our new guy, Bobby Committa, man. So the channel, it's me, Captain Mike, Bobby Committa. And then the Boozers have been awesome help. And I've had some of the Farleys do some design work for me, too. It takes a village. I know Jeff's Custom RC has his wife helping. And, of course, Boozer's got his dad and Lori. It takes more than one to do it, Who else am I missing? Jeff, like I said, has his wife. Dave has his kids help some. And then my magazine friends, John Barnes. I know his daughter does the photos when he can't find someone to fly, because John really loves photography as much as he does flying, and so a lot of times he'll find someone to fly him. he's got a jet guy he uses and things like
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Captain Photon says, Bobby, never embarrass me with the facts.
Sorry.
Chatham, Kent Airport, Canada, Thunder Thrust, turbines and EDFs, oh my. Jeff's Custom RC, your wife is killing the YouTube analytics game. That's cool. I think she'd be fun to talk to too, like the hustler ladies. You know what I mean? I love it. Bobby's wife, Bobby's gal with the retail arbitrage. We got Lori Boozer, Jeff's wife. TubeBuddy is awesome, right, Jeff? Did you get it through my link or not? Answer me truthful, because that's supposed to do something too. Anyway, it is awesome, and I use it. Actually, I just renewed my TubeBuddy for another year. I do it a year at a time, and it saves me a little bit of money. I think it'd be $120 if I did it like add up the monthly charge.
Yeah.
But I go for all year at once, and it's like $85.
Heck yeah.
But it saves me loads of time. That's why I'm able to dress up my videos so slick and fully optimized to expand the ever coming world domination that is,
Oh yeah.
right at our heels.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Fred, retail arbitrage sounds like plain old flipping. It is. Just retail arbitrage sounds fancy. It's like when someone says reservoir instead of reservoir. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Retail arbitrage, flipping.
It's fancy.
Flipping, yo. Oh my goodness, yeah, you get your ladies involved and you'll win. My wife doesn't want nothing to do with being in front of the camera, but
Neither would mine. Yep.
I would do way better if she were. I would. Sweet. I do all the editing. She does all the computer stuff with TubeBuddy. That's fantastic. Did you get it from me or not? I'm so curious because I don't know where to find it if you did. I suppose I could like homepage to mine. Anyway. Volsby, B-Base, or Memoir. Yeah. Memoir. I have a hard time saying that. Thanks, Jeff. Absolutely. Mrs. Boozer says she doesn't like being in front of the camera. You know, it's funny. Here's the thing. And some of my gurus I follow on social that talk about YouTube say the same thing. Your first videos are going to be your worst videos, but that's okay. Get through them. It's okay that you have a small audience when you're getting learning. It's okay if you always have a small audience if you enjoy doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
But if your thing is about reaching folks, there's a lot of strategies out there that can help you.
There's a lot of different branches you can use.
Oh, dude, I've blown your mind,
Oh yeah.
haven't I?
Oh,
And the
yeah.
meeting we had the other day blew his mind, didn't we?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That was crazy. That'll be fun to talk about one of these days. Jeff, I see you, and I appreciate you for that so much. Jeff's Custom RC was one of many of our inner circle hanger rats that was on the roundup, the All-Star Roundup year special
man.
Santa anniversary show right here. So fun. It's not the size of your audience, it's how you use them, says Deuces Wild. That's hilarious, actually. Captain Photon, you're so funny. You're so funny. He likes to. He's a funny guy.
That is pretty funny.
Too bad looks don't count, though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Deuces, yeah. Jeff, I appreciate that, man. Thanks. Deuces Wild said his French sucks. That's cool because I don't know any. Vous pouvez l'attacher. I don't know any. Je m'appelle Stewart Stevenson. Mike is on a roll. Captain. Bobby. Kevin says Photon's taking a liking to you. Kevin Farrows. Kevin Farrows flies with Boozer all the time. If you see those videos, it's Kevin and Mary Boozer.
Oh, yeah.
Wesley, Papa, Lori out there in Florida getting it done. Right now, are you hunkering down?
Oh, yeah.
Hurricane kept Wesley from getting the jolly good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My sister, she's in Jacksonville, and then my mom, she's in Sarasota, so
Oh, man.
they're hunkering. Well, they're smart, though. I guess people are out of gas and water, and they prepare for all this at the beginning of the year just because they know it's hurricane season, but, yeah, some people freak out in the last second.
I saw, I don't know if it was on TV, a meme on Instagram or Facebook, but they showed a guy filling up 5-gallon buckets from Home
I
Depot
saw
of
that.
gasoline.
Man, could you imagine that ride home?
It's just bad news.
That's all I'm telling
There's
you.
certain kind of plastic they use to help keep from. I've seen gas arc,
Oh, yeah.
like sparks from it not being in a right
oh, it's
container.
fumes, man.
Eee.
No thanks.
It's spooky.
Yeah. He's probably,
It's spooky.
Probably smoked a cigarette on the way home,
Oh
too.
my gosh. The meme showed like some car on fire shutting down traffic.
Yeah, I
while
saw that. I did see that.
people are
yeah.
trying to evacuate. Hurricane sucks. I should be flying, but I'm building a wall and working. Boozers is working on his studio too. Bobby and I are Facebook friends, Ryan. Back off, says Photon. Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, and Mike. Ricky, Bobby. It doesn't like us enough to hit us. What, the hurricane? Jeff says, Lori, my wife and you could run this in the ground. She loves the analytical brain of YouTube. Yeah, man. Oh, my goodness. So, Lori works at a hardware store. So, I mean to tell you about the freak out last second stuff. I work at a hardware store. Plywood, chains, screws.
Oh, yeah.
Holy smokes.
Mark them up.
Yeah, mark it up. I worked at a hardware store in South Beach, Florida for a minute, Miami Beach. And people would go nuts. My brother is outside of Orlando, says George Watts. Deuces Wild said hurricanes blow laterally. This Deuces is lit tonight. Where is it now? Wesley says Captain Photon. Flashpoint of gasoline is 32 degrees. Anthony Sanfilippo says that's why Florida scares me. Moved to Michigan, water but no hurricanes. Heavy water,
Yeah.
lead water, right? Yeah, Jeff, I love the heady SEO part of the whole thing on social as well. And I never would have guessed that for myself, but it's crazy. Like, you do anything for long enough and you get okay at it.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you mean to or not. You learn vicariously or indirectly, so to say, just having done something. I mean, how many jobs have you had where you never started off being like, man, I'm going to drive the hell out of this forklift or whatever it is. And by the end of it, you're like forklift Barishnikov. I tell you, it was scary learning the forklift at Lowe's in lumber.
Oh, I
Dude,
can see that.
It's all the way about to the ceiling, and there's big heavies up there, man. There's pallets of concrete, shingles, bunks of lumber, all this stuff. And it's like you block off like one aisle.
Oh, yeah.
On the other
completely.
side.
Yeah.
But if you screw up,
So you were that guy.
dominoes,
Oh, yeah.
you're going to domino the whole store.
Yeah. I hate it when I go in there, too, and you need something, and then they have the aisle blocked off. I'm like,
I know.
It's right there.
But there's a good reason for it. What scares me is watching guys who suck at the forklift getting the heavies. The reason you get good at the forklift is because it spooks you every time you see the whole wall of goods.
Moving.
Cinder blocks and all, dude. I'm telling you. shingles, cinder blocks, concrete, all this stuff, and they'll have you put it up high. You know, it was really dumb when you've got nothing down low on them.
Yeah.
That's so dumb and scary.
Yeah, that would be pretty sketchy.
Anyway, you become a practitioner. You get good at things, and it's fun. And it surprises you. It's like all of a sudden you know how to play guitar. You've been screwing around on one for 3 years, and it's like, wait a minute, man, I can rip on this now.
Yeah.
I can't read a lick, but it's like, what?
Know how to play it.
Yeah. Let's see. Dorian sitting over Bahamas. That must be the name of the hurricane. Wesley sells electric supplies. Everyone waits to buy generators and the plugs for them until 4 days from a hurricane. John Newt's in the room, says hi, y'all. Jeff, you're right. Same at AutoZone. Plugs, gas cans, generators. Chris Ham, new name I haven't seen here. Welcome. Loads of emojis for Hippie64 and Chris Ham. Hippie, man. Brian, good to see you. It's been a minute, dude. Chris Ham, community, answer this question for Chris Ham as well. And preface your answer with a fire emoji so Chris Ham knows you're talking to him. Do you have any tips for CG on the Flightline Corsair landing speed thoughts? I'll tell you this. My maiden flight was with a RC Jetworks 6000 all the way forward, and it was awesome. I flew with a little bit lighter pack the other day, and I didn't like it as much. So big heavy pack all the way forward. Fly that thing in, land it on the mains. Don't worry about 3-pointers or anything goofy. Pretend your landing is a touch and go, and if it looks good, keep it. You know, if you can bring her down, fly her down on 2.
Yeah.
You know, flare a little bit, but not flare all the way to balloon. Just the flare is just to level it off like you would a Mustang.
Yeah, you just want to settle it in.
Settle it in, land on 2. If it looks good, keep it. Get out of the power. Pin the tail eventually. And if it sucks, you still got speed because you're treating it like a touch and go. So if you don't like it, it's easy to get away.
Yeah, just ride it out
without torquing it, because that's a big monster prop. But it's a doll of a plane if it's set up well, and I think loaded up in the nose. Of course, you guys know I always say loaded up in the nose. It works for me. I see you guys move your batteries back and stuff, and that's great. Do what you got to do. But my first flights, I tell you what I find. And I always start a little bit heavy on CG, a little bit more forward. What did you guys do with your rates on the Flightline Corsair? Do you tame them down a little bit? I think I tamed mine down. So, really, there's loads of videos out there, Chris. Oh, yeah. There's loads of great videos out there. I don't know if Dave's RC has any out yet, but I know Jeff's Custom RC. You've got some Flightline Corsair videos out there. Probably a lot of our buddies on here have done that as well. Pilot Robert, big salute to all RC lovers here from Slovenia. Oh, yeah. Pilot Robert, I want to personally thank you just for being you, and Blosh are a treasure to the community of RC lovers from all over the world. We love you. Everybody blow up Robert real quick. I hope you're healing well. All of that. I want to, again, I was getting at this, I want to thank you, right now, right here. It's so funny that Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike are we were give us a shout out. You know what I mean? So Pilot Robert and Captain Blosh gave us a shout out the other day on one of their videos. I think it was you were unboxing, what was it? I can't remember now.
Mirage?
Was it the Mirage?
Tiger meat?
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, it blew me up, dude. It blew me up. I've gotten Horizon products out. The MiG-17, the Hobby King MiG-17, brought a whole bunch of new folks' eyes to the channel. did the Horizon, F-16, which I'm not sure there were any videos really yet from community.
Yeah, I don't think too many.
And then Pilot Robert and Captain Bloss shouted us out. And then we did like the cargo plane and stuff. So, man, things have been clicking. So, Pilot Robert, man, thanks again so much. That's wonderful. And any of you guys here don't know who we're talking about. I don't know what's wrong with you. What the hell, eh? Somebody drop a link to the Petrenchik Brothers YouTube channel for me, would you? If anybody's here and subscribed to them, you're out of your mind. Great to see you showing up. Because it's like 5 in the morning or something, right? For him in Slovenia.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. Well, man, I hope you're healing well, and I'm glad it hadn't slowed him down at all. They're still making videos all the time.
Heck yeah.
Film here, don't screw, eh? So fun. Film me, Captain Blosh. So funny, man. I remember. It was Todd Breida at Motion RC when I was still there. He sent me an email. He said, "Ryan, I found your doubles in Europe, like Russia, like Slovenia." I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he sent me a link or something to their channel, and it was like love at first sight. It was the best. And you guys were really, they had just really not been doing it for a whole long time at that time, and we were still making videos and started having fun and shouted them out a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Raven Rock, what's going on? 4:03 a.m. in the morning for Robert Petrenchik, ladies and gentlemen. Man, you are dedicated. And I gave him the salami. Blosh. John Nuntz quoted Blosh. Don Willman, thanks, man. Did you just drop a link for our buddies over there? Ailerons. How are you healing up, man? Yeah, Robert, it's crazy. That's how I found you. And then you guys were always commenting in our videos and would say something about wished you could get that stuff in Slovenia. And I was still very inner circle at Motion at the time. And I talked to the owner and I was like, "What's up?" Because we're starting to we're shipping worldwide. They weren't open yet, and they didn't have the warehouse yet in Europe, but they were starting to ship worldwide. But there were some places they didn't. And in Slovenia was one place that they didn't.
Oh, jeez.
But I made it happen. I made it happen because of those guys right there, Robert and Blosh. So then, I don't know. It was just really cool to see how things work out. Yeah, man. At 4 a.m. Yep, Craig. Can't wait to see the captain back to flying. Says Raven Rock. Captain Blosh. First EDF experience with the Flycat the other day. What a save. Did you guys see that? On the maiden flight of the Hobby King Flycat.
I didn't catch it. Yeah.
Captain Blosh. First EDF, I think, ever, right? And the hand launch went. It was not it was almost the end of that plane. You know what I mean? It was bad.
They do the good old roll.
It was sick. It was not in a good way. And but Captain Blosh, he saved it, dude. He saved it. He got it.
Awesome.
He had a successful maiden. It was awesome. Robert says he starts with his therapy in October, so he's healing up now, and gets to work it starting in October really, really hard. That's what she said. Dennis says, yeah, he bounced it. What, on the landing a little bit or what? I can't remember. Yeah, a little bit. Easy fix, something like that. Absolutely. I love it. I tell you what, everyone inspires each other. And I'll tell you, I'll give you guys a little insight too on just where I come from. It's a total blessing to be able to do this stuff, and it's always one of those things when you get hooked up with an outfit and you're doing planes that they provide, you can't help but feel an obligation. But the lines are never defined. They're never really drawn in the sand. You really are kind of on your own. But if you're oversensitive like me, you take it to an extreme level. My loyalty, I mean, it was easy to be at solely at one place for so long, just super loyal. Well, anyway, before I digress too far, super inspired and loads of confidence that I get watching Robert and Blosh. Because, and this is just from the business standpoint, which is crazy to think of it that way, but that's what I've done that's what it is a little bit. But it's the best business in the world. It's the best hobby in the world. It's like, it's not a business like you retire from. It's a thing you figure out how to work and sustain itself and bring in more people and grow the thing. Long story short, Robert and Blosh don't give a damn where it comes from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Where it comes from, they tell it like it is. They're going to fly whoever's stuff. It doesn't matter who makes it, whatever.
Yeah.
It sucks. It's awesome. Whatever. This is what it is. And that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. It's inspiring. I needed that. You know, I need some of that too. You know, I held it down as a company man for a long time. I mean, still truthful, but very, you know, read between the lines, you guys that were close to me. You knew what I meant, but look out for this.
That was the biggest one.
Yeah.
That I was like,
Practice this, and you'll be rewarded with a good landing.
Yeah.
It means you got to work at it. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
So, never like a total shill, but still, like I felt that responsibility. And I always was glad to see those guys do everything. You know?
Yep.
No one ever seems to pull the plug on them. They're good for the community. They're good for the whole hobby as a whole. There's enough love to go around to be able to work with every company that makes this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's my biggest mistake, was that I didn't just stay that way. You know, but it's cool. It's cool now.
Yeah.
And I think that helps shape it for the rest of us and moving forward, probably for everybody.
Yeah. I love how close the community is. It's
dude, this is amazing.
Yeah, this is
it?
awesome. It is. It is great.
Guniak says working on stuff, so kind of missed being here. Everybody says hi to Ray. Say hi to Ray Guniak. If you're not following him on Facebook, and you do Instagram too, right? You're totally missing out. Hangar 51, been with you before MRC. Thanks, man. RCR right now. Appreciate that, Hangar 51, a lot. Robert, I really do love every single plane as well. I understand. I really do. So, Guniak, I did want to ask you a question. Your ears were probably burning. We were talking about you earlier. I guess I don't really know how to ask, but like have things changed with your afterburner setups from the beginning, like the first one that I got, to what we're seeing now? I'm curious because I've got Captain Mike working up that first one you sent me, and I'm sorry it's taking me so long. And so I want to know. Like we gotta get. I want to do a roundup because we've got everybody's afterburners sets at this point. We've got yours. We have RC Geeks, and then we have the new kid on the block, Rand Groomer.
Yeah,
the
light burner.
The light burner. So I want to give you a fair shake, Ray, and make sure that what we show from your end is what's current. So talk to me later. Tell me what's different. We can work it out. Brian Hippie 64. I'm hoping to try and get in the air in the AM. It's been over 4 months. Hope I don't crash, but if I do, I do. What the hell? I hope you don't crash either, but man, you know what's funny is like Brian and I are great buddies, and so we'll talk a lot of times before maidens or after them, and I always he's been super busy, but man, I would always call him after I'd get a maiden done and stuff, man. Just so cool. So man, we've been going an hour and 10 minutes. I don't know how
Doesn't
many.
even feel like it.
It doesn't feel like
Man,
it at
I
all.
love it.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's good.
Doesn't feel like it at all. It's so nice having Bobby here. If you're just new to the chat, you're going to be seeing more Bobby Committa. You know him on Facebook as Bobby Committa, and if you're on Instagram, Test Pilot Bob. But he's going to start doing some things for this channel. So it'll be me answering like always, and Bobby Committa is going to be also doing some things here and there as well.
BK, have it your way. Burger King.
Kevin Farrows, I guess Ryan is so big we have to watch commercials now. Laugh out loud. Did a commercial just play in
a live feed?
Or he must have left and came back on.
Oh,
I'm guessing.
So did anybody see this new thing from Hobby King?
Which one?
It's the TTX EPO.
Yeah, talk about that.
Just
1100
came out,
millimeter
yeah.
Cessna or something.
Yeah,
talk about that a little bit. I'm getting more coffee.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't know if anybody's seen this thing yet or not. I'm gonna scooch over so I can see what you guys are saying quick. Yeah, it's
It looks like a Cirrus.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Cirrus. It says Cessna TTX. It's an EPO 1100 millimeter, 3S power, 2200. It looks like. Looks pretty interesting though. Keep thinking about pulling the trigger on one. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Oh no, phone. Oh, phone kind of sucks, but a couple of sorry, hard for me to see. Oh, you got the email. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see this one. Might have to pull the trigger on it just to do a little video. Yeah, it's 3S power, 1300 milliamp it calls for. Curious to see if you can fit a 2200 in there. 6 channels. 7-minute flight times, 8x4 3-blade prop. Should be a pretty good one. Curious to see how it does. Said several had ads going on there.
Wow, Ryan, several of us had an ad run over the stream. Huh.
That's weird.
That is weird.
I didn't know it would do that.
That is weird. I could turn it off until they're already done. You know what I mean? I didn't know it did that.
That is. That's crazy.
I mean, what's it make us, like 1/4 of a penny every 1,000 views? Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, you know what? I'll figure out. Yeah, Gooniac. If you're not subscribed to his YouTube channel, do it as well. I'm a little leery about talking about subbing and stuff on YouTube. Anybody who follows it closely knows it's kind of wild. You can't even really say stuff in the chat, or it won't. One time I was in Dave's RC's chat, and a guy came on and was talking sub for sub.
Oh, gotcha.
And I couldn't even write, don't say that. And
Really?
because it was in the comment, it wouldn't even go.
That's nuts.
They don't want it. They don't want it. Because it screws with the metrics they're trying to gauge in garnering these advertising dollars from other places. Papa Boozer says, good night. Got to get all the rest I can to build the new Boozer TV studio and building room for balsa planes, going back to old school.
Man, I did a lot of balsa. Holy smokes!
I know it.
I'm glad to be away from it. Be honest with you, a little bit.
But that's where you came from.
Dude, those are my roots. Yeah, I mean, I was building balsa when I was 9 years old, and then somehow these darn foamies took over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, how can you resist them?
Well, yeah, you fly more than you build, you know.
George Watts, it's Test Pilot Bob on Instagram. Papa Boozer says good night. Robert Petrinchik is leaving, I think. It will take time. I really miss flying so much. Anybody going, hit it, the like button on the way out if you don't mind, unless you just don't like it, and that's okay too. Time to learn pig Latin, huh? Yep, support all your buddies, ladies and gentlemen. Barry G's out of here. See you boozers tomorrow, he says. Big salute. Test Pilot RC. Yep, Test Pilot Bob on Instagram. Okay. Bobby, that's exactly how and when I got started, 9 years old, says Guniak.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. Wait till we get some more videos with Bobby on the sticks, dude. So fun.
That's the best part, is having fun.
It is. It's the whole deal. And then having the audacity to think folks would want to see it.
Yep.
Or just being so clueless, you think people want to see you do it.
Oh, yeah.
But, I mean, if you go to the trouble to make videos, people will watch them.
Oh, yeah. And I do a lot of dumb stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
But just because I'm having fun.
No, it's awesome. Your crashes are epic, too. Speaking of epic crashes, I got a pretty good one that I'm going to let go. Some of you guys have seen it on my Havoc, and it was my fault. I'll just prep you. That's probably going to be my release this week.
The sound was the best part.
Oh, man. I'll crank up the volume and slow it down.
Sounded like a car accident.
I was debating on I don't know if I should get another one or not. I think I will. I'm not sure they're available quite yet. I am Gwatts44 on Instagram, says George Watts.
All right.
GWATTS44 on Instagram. I follow George as well. Brad Mullins, what is going on? Good to see you. GB Linden, what is happening? He says hello to Pilot Robert. Anthony Sanfilippo, Robert, new phone Galaxy on my channel. Check it out. Love you guys. It was a good one, Ryan. What was a good one, buddy? I'm sorry. Today's session? What'd I miss? GB, sorry. It was a good one. Let it out, Ryan. It was epic. I will, Dennis. I will.
You don't have to wear a football helmet either, Captain Photon. I won't get near you.
Look out. Someone might be attempting an arrested hook stop. Not so much a landing pretty soon. Do it. You beat me to it. That's all right. Oh, the crash. I gotcha. Yeah, mine, it was pretty good. All right, I'll do it. So I'm going to put out the maiden and that second flight where I was feeling pretty good. All right, I got you. I just wanted to make sure I have to be very explicit in letting everybody know it was my fault, not the plane, because I think it was having some reputation issues or something early. Tim put the 70 millimeter Schubler into e-flite's F-16, a lot lighter than the original fan. Wow. Performance. Deuces Wild. Lawn Dart City. Yeah, it was interesting. It was an interesting crash. You'll have to wait and see, Deuces. It wasn't quite a lawn dart. More like a skip it, like a rock, but blow up as it's happening. It was fairly epic, and
it was,
and the nearly air show center, so the camera is on it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm so stoked. We're getting ready to pop on a new camera, like super duper. Tried FPV today. Mind-blowing experience, says Brad. Kevin Farrows, have I flown the EC 1500 more? Still liking it? I haven't because I've been moving and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it's going up.
So we made in Adams yesterday.
Oh, cool.
And
did he change the ailerons or was it still the super responsive setup?
he did the super responsive setup, and he liked the roll right off the bat, but he went on high rate for the elevator, and he said it was super touchy. And we made it at like 8:45 at night. You could barely see the damn thing to begin with, and we were like, well, let's do it. And it went really well, but the lights are awesome on it.
They
you don't have to worry about seeing it.
What battery did you put in it?
So he set his up with a Y, so he can run two 4000s right next to each other. Those Gen 8s, they're real skinny, and man, he had a ton of battery life left. He set his timer for 4 minutes, I think.
4S?
Yep, 4S.
So he had like 8,000
8,000
4S.
milliamps.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes. Well, at least he had the nose weight.
Dude, and it flew awesome.
Right.
It flew really good.
That's cool. Did he glue his props on?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're ever off again, I'm going to really scuff the shaft up good.
Yeah, well, I guess he was at an event, talked to a couple of the Horizons guys, and they said that was an issue for them also with the props coming off a little bit, and they suggested maybe putting a little dab of CA on there, just a little safety net, you know, especially for something that can hang like that. I wouldn't want
man.
prop coming off. That could be pretty bad.
No way. I want to almost one day. It's all about time. It's crazy, but one day I'd like to hook up a plane where I can turn on a twin, turn an engine off, and see how well
See what it does.
I can fly on one.
Yeah.
Because when I lost the prop on mine, I felt like that plane was solid enough. I could have probably done it.
Yep.
But I was so low to the ground, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do it.
My first B-26, I had a prop come off on me right on liftoff, on takeoff.
Oh, no.
And that wasn't good.
Yeah.
I cut power and it was already too late. She was rolling.
Right.
But yeah, it can be sketchy. But that thing, I mean, it's a beast.
Imagine, I mean, if you had the safe on,
Yeah.
you might have a chance.
Yeah.
You might have a chance. It depends how much the rudder compensates, I think, you know, and also everything to keep it level. But if you've got the the bank limiting because of safe, just like the what beginner, intermediate, and expert mode of the apprentices used to be.
Yeah.
Like you bank limiting, why safe wouldn't let me roll?
I'd imagine it helps save you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you were up high enough, I'd be willing to try it. But I was on the climb out. First turn, lost the prop, and it just like I'm just gonna let it glide into these beans and I stole it right on top.
There.
Dude, it was flawless. The plane was in perfect shape. After that, I couldn't believe it. It's super stoked to receive that plane to work it up too. I mean, it's like, yes.
Dude, that thing is sweet. That's a good one.
It is, and we're not done with it. To answer your question, Kevin, I've got a Woody doll hooked up to a parachute, ready to go. Just got to get unpack a little bit. I mean, the computer's on a box, the microphone's on a box. Bobby's coffee table over there is a box. Mine is a box. We just got the keys yesterday. It's nuts that we're even here now. But so glad I got internet. My wife is so smart. She hooked up the internet over here on the phone before we even got here. So, yeah, guys. Man, what's it been? Hour and a half. We're going to wrap it up. What am I missing? GB likes this setup. Yeah, thanks, man. It's really not what I planned on it being, but it's working for tonight. I tell you, I just get some cedar for down there, too.
Yeah.
Put something behind us. Yep, it won't let you roll in safe. Tried it on the F-15 64 millimeter. Absolutely. Which I think is, I mean, man, if you lose a prop, throw that thing in safe and see if you can nurse it back.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
See if you can nurse it back. I was so low when I lost my prop, I didn't want to try it. I was like, oh my goodness, this plane's kind of expensive, and I definitely owe him a video now.
Oh man, it took me a minute to figure out what's going on because I thought a bird flew past you, and then all of a sudden, I find you again in my lens, and then you're coming into the beans. Just
Yep.
I was like, uh-oh. Then I realized I put two and two together and figured out what it was.
John Noontz. See you later. Time for dinner. Night, y'all. Happy Labor Day from Arizona, says John.
Heck yeah.
Enough wood in that room to build a spruce goose, says Anthony Sanfilippo. No, man. So GB asks about the setup, I believe. Yeah, I just dope. You know what I mean? I just want to make it super dope and have be able to provide the best show I can. And I can't do it by myself. So Bobby's coming on. Captain Mike's not going anywhere. He's still, when he feels like answering the phone, he'll still come help us. Love him. He's not going anywhere. But, man, Bobby's got the passion, and he's just as crazy as the rest of us about hitting that crazy order button. And
yeah. It gets me like every darn week.
Dude, all the time. I want every new plane.
Me too.
And man, if they'd send me a Flycat, I'd do it. If they'd send me that Cessna, I'd do it. But right now, there's a line of stuff, and I can't get it out fast enough. So Bobby's going to probably start doing some edits and things like that. Going to start sharing the duties here.
Oh yeah.
Start sharing the duties and sharing the booty. I really hope Mike. I have so many discontinued birds waiting. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, we can't wait for Pilot Robert to get back in that seat. Fly again. Robert, y'all had a nice party for Blosh's wife. Tell her happy birthday from all of us. Dennis Farley says happy birthday to Blosh's wife. Eric Quinn RC, I really do. Class 6 is a coming. Reckham Roy says deuces, what's up? So you guys are in store. You already know what's coming. I'm going to put out a Havoc video. It's a maiden flight where I got cozy right away, and then a second flight where I got a little too cozy and crashed the bejeebies out of it. And I got to tell you whose fault it is. I made a joke after the crash, and I blamed it on the electronics. Like it seems like everybody does.
Oh, yeah.
On social, if they crash it, not everybody will man up, so they always blaming something that feels like a little bit. And sometimes it is the equipment's failure, but most of the time it's the pilot, even if it's just judgment, right?
Yeah, it happens to all of us.
It's like the servo was going like this, but I took off it. The control surface was fluttering, but I took off anyway. I don't know what happened. Stupid electronics. I mean, yeah, it was the electronics, but bad judgment, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mitchell Farley, thank you so much, man. You guys are going to be getting your Marlins this week. Tag me when you post on social about these things on Instagram, Facebook, whatever. Tag me because I want to see what you're up to, and I want to see what you think about it. Dave's RC Electronics. So, anyway, I was getting ready to blame the crash on the Havoc on somebody other than electronics, which was a joke. It was totally my fault. I crashed it. I'll tell you now what you're going to see in the video. I was just feeling so good. I thought I would try something that I never had seen, and I don't know why I thought I could do it, but I did. And now it's something I'm going to try and make sure I do.
Mm-hmm.
I will perfect that trick, even though I think it's a stupid trick. Pattern flying a jet. So anyway, it's a loop. I had just done a loop. Thank you, Roy. I had just done a loop, so I went up to do another loop. And so on this side of the loop, let's see, where do you see me? On this side of the loop, I do a roll. At the top of the loop, I do a roll. On the back side of the loop, I do a roll. But I also come out of the power on the back side because I was a little bit worried about heading nose down.
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty low. And I didn't want to be full speed. So I was out of the power to finish this. back side of the loop roll. And so I come to the bottom of the loop, and I should have just flew out. I didn't have any speed really, but enough to crash epically.
Yeah.
And I went for the roll anyway. I think I did the roll, but I was super slow, pulled up elevator, and like snapped it.
Well, yeah, and just the way that the back of that plane's so bulky, I think
It
a lot
is.
of that just...
It's heavy.
Yeah.
A little bit. The back end is kind of heavy.
Yeah.
Other guys have said that that's a snappy bird.
Yep.
And I completely snap rolled it, I think, at the bottom of the loop without enough airspeed and too much throw. Totally my fault. But ultimately, it's Bobby Committa's fault.
What?
Yeah. Because Bobby's so bloody good flying these things crazy that it makes me want to jack my game up a little bit. So, I mean, not really, but yes. So, it's fun when you fly with guys that are better than you because you improve. So, I'll probably crash some more.
That's the only way you get better, man.
You can't be afraid.
Yeah.
These guys fly some wicked formation, and it's because they're just not afraid of crashing them. I am because I don't want to fix them, but I crashed the snot out of that Havoc so hard, I was like, here, Mike. I just totally gave it to Mike. I was like, it's all here. It broke clean.
I gave him the glue to fix it.
Did you?
Yeah.
He loves that Dynam glue.
Yeah, he sure does.
I think I'm gonna get another one, but I can't decide. Heck yeah, Ryan, we love your show. My bell goes off on all you guys. Number 1, Robert found them first. Number 2, Ryan. Number 3, Dave. Number 4, Early Boozers. Awesome, Anthony Sanfilippo. Peer pressure got me. Dennis Farley's right. Yeah, that's okay though, man. It's cool to be pushed. It's not like he's like, dude, man up. You got to fly more dangerous. It's just one of those things that happens.
Yeah. I mean, man, I actually, I redeemed...
I'm like, I can do that. I see Bobby do it. I'm like, I can do that.
I finally did a redemption flight over at the Timbers Brothers last weekend on my Cessna, too, from Neffy.
Did you put your Cessna in it, Neffy? What happened?
I landed it upside down at full speed.
That's right. The tail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even clean it up, too, man. It's got all the black skid marks on it and everything. It's great.
Pilot Robert, yes. And we have the Havoc crash on video, and I'm going to let it go. The maiden flight's good. The second flight was pretty good till the crash, and then that's it. We'll probably get another Havoc in our hands and let Bobby fly it too. And that's going to be awesome. And then we'll put out some more of those EC 1500 videos, I think. And I'll show you what it looks like when the prop comes off and you land it in the beans. So, I'm a little bit sensitive when showing these things, not because of my ego, but because when they're deals you're working with somebody, I kind of wait a little while before I show them. But I'll still show it for sure. So what's the question? Oh, Ryan O. New face here. Welcome. Thanks for coming to the channel.
Heck yeah.
Hit the bell, subscribe, all that good stuff. Is the Viper or T1 Hawk a better EDF to grow with? That's a good question, Ryan. Deuces Wild says both are great choices.
Yeah.
Are you a 6S guy already? Or are you just getting into EDFs? My question is always, what have you been flying?
That's true.
I like to know what they've been flying because that tells me what batteries they have already.
Yep.
And where their skill level's at. My next question is, what kind of runway do you have? My next question is, what do you want to be flying?
Yep.
So, 3 big ones right there help me to know better how I want to answer you. I remember, didn't you see that?
Yeah.
He remembers you saying Bobby can fly it next. And, Dennis says I crashed on purpose because I didn't want you showing me up. No, I just knew that he was going to, so I thought I'd try some stuff. I tried something I hadn't ever done before, and it didn't work out, but I know how to do it better next time. GB Linden, the Viper is a little bit more specific about the batteries you can use. just because of the size. It's a great plane. It's cool that it's the first one that had safe, EDF.
Yeah.
The Hawk is awesome. I liked the 80 millimeter FMS Hawk a lot. The 70 millimeter one is awesome, but you've got some squirreliness to deal with on the ground. You have to commit to the elevator on the ground or your wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
And then I think that's all Hawks. My 90 millimeter one does it too.
Mm-hmm.
The 80 millimeter seems to be the best behaved, but the 70 millimeter Hawk, I feel like you got to commit to the elevator on takeoff just to get the nose light and get up and away. Takes off wonderfully. And then on approach as well, you got to bleed it all the way off or you're going to bounce the snot out of it, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you're not careful. I think people also put way too heavy batteries in it. And it makes it tough.
Yep.
You know,
sure can.
I think it likes a lighter battery.
Rhino, just sport prop planes, don't have any 6S, short grass, cut every week. I'm not sure about the rest.
Just sport prop planes don't have. Okay. Quick answer.
Marlin.
Yeah, honestly, a 4S jet is a good entry level EDF.
Yeah.
And right now we've been talking about the Marlin, which is very much like a lot of sport jets that are out there right now. It's actually shaped a lot like a Hawk as well. Look at the Avantis, look at the BAE Hawks, Goss Hawks, even the e-flite Viper, sport jet character. Let's show you a picture real quick of what the...
Man, that Marlin is also a little forgiving too, which is great for a first jet.
It is, and you can hand launch it if you want. It takes 4S 2200 up to... You could fit bigger batteries in there, but I wouldn't want more than a 3300, 3200 4S in there.
Yeah.
So 2200 4S to 3300 4S, and you've got plenty of room in this plane to work it out. And check it out. It's got flaps as well.
Oh, it's awesome. It's an awesome. I mean,
No retracts.
Tuesday one will be on the way for me.
You can pre-order now, bro.
Might have to do that.
Pre-order now. Operators are standing by. But that little Marlin, we've got videos of it on the channel. We were one of the first guys to, I think the only videos of that Marlin are on this channel. It's a quality product. It's got the same power system as the 64 millimeter stuff you're seeing from e-flite right now. 11 bladed EDF. Sounds like a 6S jet, but it's a 4S jet, inexpensive to get into. Again, no retracts. It's got the landing gear, and you could go belly lander if you wanted to. Nice EPO, awesome little sport jet. That's going to behave a lot like your sport prop planes. And Now the BAE Hawks are the best sport jet in military dress there is, that I would say beginner EDF.
Yeah.
The L39 is awesome, but beginner EDF 6S, it's a little heavier.
Yep.
It's gonna beat somebody up. Just if they're new to jets, it's a good one for sure. But it's just, I think wet your whistle on the 4S jets, unless you
Definitely.
already know.
Yep.
I'm going to have this 90 or this 80 or where you're gravitating towards already. Sounds like his grass is okay. Like it's cut well.
Yeah.
So that Marlin is not going to roll off of grass unless it's very well manicured.
Yeah.
And you can say that for about any other 64 millimeter jet as well.
Yep.
Especially in the 4S category. 4S, the grass has to be really short for something that's small, which has smaller wheels to get along. But the landing gear are tough. Dennis Farley, thank you for that. Remember to get your e-flite and FMS stuff and everything else you can from hobbyzone.com. He dropped the link right here in the live chat. It's going to be in the description. We work hard over here, and we've got we've got deals, man. Where when if you go through my link, you're gonna help this channel. You're gonna help us out. Deuces Wild flew the dog fiddlings out of his L39 yesterday. Forgot how fast she is. You know, that's one of those birds I'm always going to be sorry I got rid of. I got rid of the red, white, and blue one.
I keep looking at the camo one.
I think about the camo one too, but it's like, you know what? The red, white, and blue one, it's really cool having jets that you can see well.
Yeah. Yep.
And the red, I don't have anything else that's red, white, and blue. It looks like a Captain America jet.
Yeah, that's true.
Or something.
That's pretty cool.
It's kind of neat. But the camo one I was always looking for. I knew it was coming way before it got here. And yellow tips and all.
Yeah.
I mean, camo. I love the military schemes. But, you know, that red, white, and blue, that's a Slovenian scheme.
Yeah.
I think that's a Slovenian paint scheme on that L39.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, that's what that
it's their jet
symbol
or
is. Yeah.
whatever, isn't it? Okay.
Yeah. Ryan O says, cool, we'll definitely look at the Marlin as a jet thanks to the guy who cuts the grass. Yeah, man, grab the link that these guys dropped to Hobby Zone in the live chat and check out hobbyzone.com, and you can look at the Arrows RC Marlin. This stuff is great. It's got good DNA. And watch our videos. The videos, you can get them right here on this channel, or they're also in the product page of the Hobby Zone website, which takes you to the channel anyway. But the video with you, Bobby, and us it's there.
Yeah. Yep.
On the website.
Oh, is it on the website?
It's on the website. Yeah, man.
Good deal.
Let's see, Slovakian. I'll be doing some hand tossing with my Marlin. Skid plates are printed out and ready. Mitchell Foley, that's super cool. Hey, send me a set of those, Mitchell. Send me a set of those skid plates for your Marlin.
Oh, yeah.
We'll put them on. We'll show them off over here. I want to get another one.
Oh,
I think it's a perfect plane to like combat or practice formation flying with.
Yeah.
Or like you want to do a nice and light like FPV setup in a jet. Man, why not?
Well, it'd be a good one that's not inexpensive to do some crossing and stuff with too. Me and Adam been working on inverted coming at each other's.
We got to get cameras on all this. The stuff they do is crazy. It really is. We got it. My job is going to be to get a camera on these guys. Mike Kennedy loves the L39. Brad Mullen says, you sold me on the Flightline P38. Love it. Thanks. You're very welcome. Dave's RC says, if you don't have an Avanti or L39, you are wrong. Missing out big time. Absolutely got to have one or the other or both once you get into the 6L territory. Deuces Wild says he flew his Avanti today. Avanti is just perfect. Love it, says Robert. It is a very good utility plane. David Martin Graff, hey Ryan, how's it going tonight? Are you guys going to Tiny Whoop around the new house? Do you have a good track set up? No, but I am on I can walk and fly park flyers. So I'm actually super pumped about the 1100 millimeter stuff from Arrows RC. It's so cool to dust off your 3S batteries and just not have to go to the club right now.
Yeah.
And same with the 4S jets. Nice and light. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's awesome.
Can't beat it, man.
I'm pumped. Man, we're going on 2 hours.
Man, that's crazy.
Captain Photon says GB Linden hand tosses daily. Yo. Yikes. Mitchell Farley says no problem. Cool, man. You can get my address anytime. Just hit me up. You guys you can get me. You Patreon dudes have like direct access. Fred Mudd, but how do you say your name, man? What's the best way? You've been around forever, and I appreciate you, but I never know how to really say your handle. No Avanti or L39, so he guesses he's big time wrong.
Hey, I don't have one either. I'm in the same boat.
It's not for everybody.
Oh, I want one. I just don't have one.
Right, some things keep getting in the way. Where's the comment? Somebody said a brand new guy had never flown anything, brought a MiG-17 to the field. What? How did that work out?
Yeah.
Someone come back to that one. I want to hear the rest of that story. I tell you what, really, there's so much work to do. We flew the Flash 850. You flew it too.
Yeah.
The FMS Flash 850. It looks like an X-wing with a pusher prop. Every launch, that son of a gun is nearly upside down.
Well, I still want to try launching it upside down to see if it'll go right side up.
Cool.
Because that's what it does every time.
I know.
It goes, zoop, but
We'll have to try it.
yeah,
That thing is scary.
the flat spins.
The flat spins were sick.
Oh man!
And it'll if you're stretching a glide, trying to, like, if you're turning on final and you're too slow, it will do it. It'll start to do that pivot on the yaw.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, because the back end's so heavy with the motor back
Yeah,
there.
That thing is sweet though.
It's totally neat.
Unlimited vertical. It'll just disappear.
Here's a good question. Ryan, how much different would your flying be affected if you flew in quasi RC parks where the real estate was a little tight? Would you still do knife edges? Not with jets, probably. Something that doesn't weigh much and can go slow, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just won't fly where I don't have room to relax. And also flying stuff that's suited to the place.
Yep.
Like, I'm telling you, I'm a block away from being able to do park flyers, which is sweet.
Yeah, well, that's like me out of the school by the
Man,
house,
after
man.
work and stuff, we'll have to pop right over here and do some of these little
Yeah.
park flyers. The pool won't be open, once it's cold. So that parking lot, no one's in it.
I wonder how much they would frown upon taking off a float plane off the pool.
Well, it's hard when there's no water in it. You hit the
There's no
wall.
water in
Yeah.
it.
You hit the wall. I think it'd be sweet, though.
That'd be cool.
Oh, my goodness. Let's see. What am I missing? Craft King. GB's talking to David. I call out things all of the time. Why did somebody say people don't? Calls out things all the time. Got his new F-16 70mm and says it looks bad. He's sending it back.
Really?
It happens.
Yeah, it does happen. It does.
Fred has a Flycat 70mm en route. Should make for a great jet chase cam platform.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
That'd be cool.
Here, some of you guys already know this, but there's 1 or 2 shots of the MiG with a chase plane in one of our videos. And when I tell you what the chase plane is, you'll die. Some of you already know. It was that e-flite Cherokee.
Yeah.
Did you have it on 4S,
4S,
so
yeah.
it would keep up?
Yeah.
That Flycat's an interesting looking bird, man. It really is.
It is. It keeps catching my eye every time I'm on there.
The fan looks good too, and it like a 12-bladed 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome sauce.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, lots to come, you guys. So we've got a Flash 850 video to get out. We've got Bobby flying the MiG-17 on the 5500 70C Roaring Tops.
Yeah.
Do I have you flying the A10 too? Or did I put that one out
I flew the
already?
snot out of that thing. Yeah, I'm not.
Did I put that out already?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I mean, I can't keep up, dude.
That was another one that, man, I have the Freewing F-18, and after flying that
A10?
yeah,
You mean?
I'm sorry, A10, yeah, I keep looking at the darn F-18 too, but anyhow, yeah, the darn Freewing A10, and after flying that FMS version, dude, that thing's a sweetheart. Oh man, I got comfortable with it right away.
Hanger 51 just got an Instagram account because of you. Ha. Thanks. So funny. And then I'm going to do, watch this. I'm going to test. How do you do it? Test Pilot Bob. Is there any underscore?
Oh, let's see. I don't think so.
User not found. Yeah, there must be. Sorry, guys. Dave's RC says it right. For all new people in the stream, check out all the blue wrenches here. Everyone's got YouTube channels. Check them out. Give me your support. Thank you from Dave's RC. Dave, I don't know if you were in the room when I called it out before, but it's like, man, Friday, we got it locked down in the RC community. Dave's RC Friday night, 9 Eastern time. The Pilot Ryan and Friends Network. Okay, got it. Yep. Pilot Ryan over here, Saturday night, 9 o'clock. Mary Boozer, 8 o'clock Sunday. And then videos all week long from your buddies. You go to one of these channels, you like what you see, you know what to do. Smash the bell, turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. We're having fun and we all learn from each other, and it's great for the hobby, it's great for the community, and it's great for the market.
Yeah, it sure is. It's good for everybody all the way around.
It is, man. It's killer. Let's see. I'm trying to let this guy in on Instagram right now. Pardon me really fast as I underscore. Boom. There we go. So if he's new to it, then he'll be just trying to figure it out. Won't know what I'm sending him. Let's see. Huge advantage with the FMS A10 with only needing one battery instead of two.
Yeah, totally agree. And same flight times.
Dude,
more.
I know. And it's lightly loaded, so it feels great.
Yeah.
The flight times are the same, basically, a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But think about it. You're using half as much. Yes, the flight time's the same, but if you fly it again,
yeah,
instead of using the two batteries, you fly it again, you are getting twice as long.
Exactly. Yep.
I think there's enough. You know what? I still have both my A10s.
Yep.
And I'm going to probably always have both my A10s. Because the Freewing one is a badass too. No doubt.
Man. Oh, yeah.
But the FMS one, if budget's a thing and space, it's nice and light.
Yep.
It's a little bit easier.
Yeah, it sure is.
Raven Rock, what is up? You said, oh, wow. Oh, wow to what? Talk to me, buddy. Fun with hamsters. Captain Photon asks GB, what is your Instagram? What have I missed? What is this Fun with Hamsters business? Some don't have a wrench but a channel. Craft King, is that you? Fitting to be a moderator. Boom. All right, there you go. Home slice. Test Pilot RC. Yeah, that's it. I don't think the T's capitalized, but maybe it is. But
I don't know.
It'll be a bunch of airplanes. Search it. However, that Freewing A10 is an absolute beautiful, and the scale of it and its presence.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's
totally
dope.
Agree.
It's dope. It's dope. It's fast, too.
Oh, super fast.
It's quick.
Yeah.
It's quick. A lot of guys are loving the power system from that Freewing A10 and their F14s. Speaking of F14s, I still got to get mine dialed in. There's not enough time in the day. Not enough time in the day. So, Flash 850 flat spin deluxe videos coming. That thing is sick fast.
It is so fun.
We got a lot coming. A lot. But the first thing y'all are going to see is the Havoc. And I think we'll get another one so we can really do it justice, because it was just a maiden flight day.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put them both together and you're going to see an epic crash. Stay till the end. Stay till the end. Watts loves his Freewing A10. Yeah, me too. I can't get rid of it.
Heck yeah.
I can't get rid of it. But, man, that FMS one was a treat, too. Sorry, some peeps in the stream maybe won't have a blue wrench, but have wonderful channels. Please leave your information or link in the chat. That's right. Also, I'm so pumped about the guys getting the Marlins. I'm not just trying to beat that dead horse, but it's like
Oh, I am too. Well,
some of you guys are going to have a new little 4S bad ass jet
yeah,
next
sweet.
week.
And for the guys getting into it, it's going to open up a whole new world to them too. I think that. Man, I'm not just saying it either. That's
It's
awesome,
nice.
awesome jet.
You know what? A lot of times, you guys who've been flying jets know what we mean here when we say this. Like a lot of times, you're working hard. They're kind of heavy. You got to keep the speed up. You got to stay on your toes a lot of times to fly these jets.
Yep.
But every now and then you get one that you can just kind of relax with
Yep.
and savor it. Kind of like, bigger prop planes when you get one and you're like, wow, you get to just like take a chill with it.
Yeah.
So the guys who have been flying the MiG-17,
Oh man.
I think that's one of those big 6S jets that gives you that, all right, I can chill.
Oh yeah. Sit
Like,
down, relax.
it's just different. It's just different. It's more like a plane. It's super predictable. It flies really well.
Yep.
It feels light on the wing once you get it sorted.
The landings are awesome.
Super awesome. And you can just chill.
Yep.
And with the Marlin, I feel like it flies that way too. It's just kind of chill. Feels good.
Yep.
Feels good upside down also.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's not. It's you don't feel like you're holding it up the whole time, and you don't feel like you're got to stay in the speed or the elevator
Yeah.
a lot. So
Well,
it's a fun.
Yeah,
it's
it
a
is,
fun one.
especially on landing for the newer guys. It's going to be good because you're not constantly back and forth on the throttle or it. I don't know. It's a really good one. It's awesome.
I'm anxious to see guys get theirs so they can tell everybody what they think about it.
I can't wait until next week, so I want to hear everybody's feedback after they get them.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm curious.
Anybody can help out David Martin Graff on this question. I was wondering, I have a DX6 and was thinking about adding a Fry Sky radio. Any ideas or recommendations? I don't know. My only idea is a question. How's come you want to add? You mean like you want to buy another radio? I think if you're like super into programming stuff, those are a radio that requires a bunch. I kind of personally have no experience with the FR Sky radios, but I love my Futaba
See, yeah,
and my Spectrum both.
That's
Spectrum
how
because you can bind it to all the new stuff that comes out.
that's my favorite thing. I was a huge Futaba, and then I ended up switching to Spectrum just same reason, bind and fly.
You gotta. I don't care what radio you have, but you almost should just have a Spectrum something
Yeah,
laying around so you can take advantage of it, unless you just hate that stuff. I think AS3X and Safe is like game changer. And if you're into the hobby, whether you're into that kind of stuff or not, you gotta appreciate it having its place. It may not have a place in your journey, but man, I tell you what, like if I didn't have Safe on that big EC 1500 that day, I probably wouldn't have wanted to take it up because it was sick.
Yeah.
You know what? We do crosswind all the time at our field, but when it's out of the north, it's awful.
Oh, it's scary.
The out of the south, it's okay. It's coming over smooth ground. It's predictable cross. When it's coming from the north, though, it's nuts.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's tumbling. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it happen any other time than when the wind is coming out of the north. All of a sudden, not only does it feel like the lift completely just disappears, but it's like just sucked down,
Dude, you get
slammed
those
to the
weird,
ground.
Like, vortex.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the heck it is.
You get
Yeah,
slammed
it's
to the ground.
nuts.
Okay, so you're wanting to do your tiny whoops, and I got you. I got a DX9 now. George Watts has a Spectrum for bind and fly. Yep. Use my Futaba 18s for the big birds. Absolutely. Dave's RC's talking about his anus. That's not nice. Oh, I'm sorry. Tyrannus. Sorry. I have a Tyrannus X9. It's an awesome radio. However, it is a completely different system to learn. Any FR Sky questions, check out In the Tube Deep. He has made every video you can think of. Robert loves his DX9. Love it. Yes, me too. Get a DX9,
Definitely.
buy once, cry once. I know where you can get one. Hi, Ryan. Did you know the radio Doc Brown was using to send the DeLorean into the future was a Futaba? Yes, I did. You see the name logo on the radio he's using, sending Einstein into the future. Yep. Hangar 51, get the FR Sky Tyrannus Plus and DSM2 Spectrum module in the bay. Check my channel, Hangar 51. Check them out if you want to see how to do that, David Martin Graff. Fred Barron likes the DX9 as well. Fred Barron rocks as all. Deuce is wild. Yes, Fred DX9 best. Ha. Fred says maybe you should use the smoke generator you and Mike demoed a while back to investigate funky wind conditions. Man, we already know. We've flown so much stuff over there. If it's coming from the north, it's going to be wicked.
Oh, yeah.
And so, big EC 1500, twin engines, big tall rudder. I'm like, this could be nasty. And Mike is really, everybody's got their own style
Yeah.
of landings. Like, partly I fly them as slow as I can on landings because I'm always in front of the camera. I don't want to roll off into the grass. I'm trying to make videos, man.
Yep.
I mean, for real. And also, it's baller when you can bring in a jet on 280 feet and not roll off into the grass.
Yeah.
So I'm flirting with stall a lot and as slow as I can on these things, whether it's a plane or not, because I don't want to roll off into the grass if I can help it. But when it's windy, coming in hot, and stick it is a good way to save your plane. If you're windy and you're flirting with that slow stuff, you're really asking for it.
Oh, yeah.
Things will get away from you quick. So, but also a brand new bird, how well do you know it? How fast do you want to come in? I think I showed actually, I came in way too slow one time on the EC 1500 when I was in safe. So no airspeed and no elevator authority.
Yep.
Bling! I bounced the snot out of it, and
Yeah.
I showed it.
Yep.
And then I came back around and had it right. Turned off the safe is actually something I don't do very often, but I see Mike flying stuff in the stupidest winds ever,
That F-16 the other day.
like a kite.
That was crazy.
Mike was flying that same e-flite F-16 64 millimeter with safe on in that nasty wind and getting flights were crazy.
I don't know. It was a ridiculous amount of flight time.
And like so many others, eventually after first flights and shaking it down, he ends up with the battery back on that one as well.
Yeah.
And it takes a little load off the elevator and all that's wonderful. But again, I'm the guy shaking him down out of the box, so I do what works for me.
Yeah, that thing like a kite.
He had it flying like a kite with that battery all the way back, and he was getting stupid 7-minute flights.
Yeah, 7-8 minute flights out.
Flying it clean, no ventrals, no ordnance, flying it clean. My style of landings is straight down sometimes, says Ryan O. Yeah, David Martin Graff. If you're going for distance and FPV and range, you definitely got to do what's right for you. And that's something I'm not into, so I don't know what's the best option for you in that regard. So it sounds like go for the thing with the range. Mitchell Farley got his DX8 from the Amazon store. Thank you so much, Mitchell. I don't know what I missed, but Dave's RC says, "OMG, Ricky is going to be at the end of your bed tonight now, petting your cat." Whatever that. I wonder where that started. I thought all Spectrum Black Edition radios had around the same range of approximately 1 mile. Anybody attest to getting good range as claimed? GB Linden might be familiar with that. He's done a lot of FPV stuff. Ryan O says, Dave, my Spectrum had a momentary brownout about half a mile away. Could barely see it, but the wings wouldn't respond. I had a brownout one time about a mile away from a gas station. I'm kidding. I just had to say that.
Hope you're wearing your brown pants.
Probably different circumstances, but every now and then you come home from one of those college parties with only one sock on.
Oh, that'll happen.
Yeah.
That will
I'm
happen.
not going to the bathroom with everyone there. Inside, there's cute girls in line. Like, no way. I've said too much. Let's see. Thank you, Anthony Sanfilippo, for that. Guys, we're 2 hours in, man. Hey, lay it on us. Any questions, comments, last minute things? 2 hours and 10 minutes in. Let's thank you, Dave's RC. That must have been funny. Good. I love having Bobby here in the chat, y'all. Like in the room. This is good. This is something we were wanting to get going, but it was like, you know, on the way out of the house and in the dungeon of Black Doom, I just couldn't do it. So I'm so glad to be up here in the new house, and we're not done yet. We don't have the studio set up, trying to figure it out. Want to decorate and design and all kinds of stuff, but it's not about that. It's about this. It's about community. It's about having a good time with each other, and it is awesome having Bobby here. So thank Bobby for coming with loads of emojis, ladies and gentlemen. David Martin Graff flew his F-27 last week, and the flying field was softball field where he started and flew it over the field in the high school baseball, 500 feet, and it lost connection. Yeah, man, I don't know. I mean, some things was it connection or a brownout? So you never know. It could be just too much load on the servos can give you those things. Dennis Farley says, great to see you here. Hopefully more to come. Hangar 51 just dropping a link to his YouTube video for the Spectrum setup with the FR Sky or Tyrannus, or I don't know if it's the same thing. Check that out. Fred Barron says, see you later, everybody. Emojis, emojis, emojis. Good job, guys, all around. Until the next time, dude, it's an Avanti. That's your tagline. You should put that on a shirt. We have had several Spectrum issues at our local field, now referred as spread retrum. I think that's a typo, but I know what you mean. Ouch. Maybe at least get a kiss first next time. Dennis Farley loading it up with emojis. Did you ever pick up a Hobby King paraglider?
Man,
no, I have not, Brian Chambers.
those look sweet
Is
at
that
nighttime.
new? Is that new thing?
Yeah, and a guy had one, and he had put lights on it for at night, and it was awesome at nighttime. It was pretty cool.
It was probably Timothy Toutant, wasn't it? Was it at Jet Jam?
No, it was at Neffy.
Oh, I don't think he was there. Unless he came for just a minute. Timothy, you still here? Captain Photon with a lot of emojis. He says good night to the rats and Ryan. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. Ryan, you told to ask another time. What did you do in the Navy? So you bring it up at the end of the show, John Graham. No, it's cool. I was in engineering. So I'll try to be quick. So joined the service. I had never seen I'd seen the ocean, but I'd never been on a ship before. I'd been on a rowboat. Jordan Dole, what is up? Good to see you. Good to catch a little bit of the show. You can always catch it on the replay. Jordan had a maiden flight the other day on his first EDF while wearing a Pilot Ryan and Captain Mike shirt, which gave him the mojo he needed to get it done. It was successful. If it ain't got wings, Ryan, don't fly it. So, yeah, joined the Navy. Had never been on a boat. And what's the question? Oh, yeah, engineering. So I was down in the bottom of the boat. Engineering. So, yep, snipe. So, crossed the equator, did all that stuff. I was in for a short time in Clinton's Navy. Did the Cuban-Haitian refugee deal. Somalia. Bosnia. We refueled the helicopter from Black Hawk Down. I'm not kidding you. Bilge rat, absolutely. And you know what's funny? So you can't strike out of your rate. So it was a flip of a coin. Me and another kid who had never been on a boat before. The ship, we were supposed to meet in like Sigonella, Italy. We landed in Rota, Spain, and we're supposed to take another like flight to Sigonella to meet the ship. Well, the ship was still in like Rota. So, but it had left already. So we landed, supposed to go through customs and all this other stuff. We landed and they were like, we gotta go. They fast tracked us out. I mean, I had never even, it's crazy. I'm from Muncie, Indiana, man. And so we landed in Rota, Spain. No longer are we going to Sigonella, Italy to meet the ship. We're hopping on a helicopter that's already going out on the tarmac, like hurry up, and then get, flown and dropped off on the boat. I mean, they landed on the ship. I was on an LSD 48. Landed on the ship. Never been on a boat that wasn't a rowboat in my life. So it's like, moving and all. It's weird. You get your sea legs eventually. But so me and him were both engineering, like fireman rate. So flipped a coin when we landed off the helicopter. He got A gang, I got M division. So he got auxiliary equipment, right? Air conditioner, stuff for the galley, the mess decks, systems up and in the city of the ship is what I like to call it. And I'm in main propulsion. So I'm down in the bottom of the boat where the engines are that drive the screws, make the whole thing work. Potable water, boilers, strainers, everything, generators also. So I worked in main propulsion, but I also worked in the generator rooms as well. And so here I am, a young man wanting to see the world. I'm down on the bottom of the boat. It was awesome, but I was like, this kind of sucks. I want to see it. I should have been at, what I told myself? I was like, I'd rather be chipping paint like the seamen up top are.
Yeah. Man,
because for me, I want that whole thing, man. The ocean, the salt water, all that stuff. Yeah, it was hot. It was hot. We were in Somalia. It's like 100 degrees doing flight. So I'm getting there. We're doing flight operations. And then we had just left the Black Sea where it was super cold. We had a port visit in Romania. We were supposed to be in Bulgaria the next day. Got the call to go to Somalia. So we're in the Black Sea. We're in our winter clothes. Cold as hell. Steam as fast as we can to Somalia and do all that stuff. And do like 600 hours of flight ops. So to get myself out of the engine room, I should have been a deckhand because I'd rather be heaving line and chipping paint. Like the romance of the whole thing, the weather, the salt. Like that's what I wanted, the sailor thing, And stupid me didn't go for airman. I should have. But so you can't strike out of your rate. You're an engineer, you're a fireman. You got to stay that. You can't be a seaman now or an airman. So what's the next best thing? Get yourself on the flight deck wearing the purple grapes, Top Gun dude. Yeah. I got the helmet, the flash hood, the vest, the turtleneck, long pants, boots, 100-some degrees, doing flight operations, pumping gas to helicopters.
Jeez.
So I got myself topside. I got out of the engine room, through the oil lab, which was still engineering, and pumped gas to helicopters, which doesn't sound very glamorous, but some of you guys know they're always still going. So you hook up the gas to the helicopter, it's still going, and you've got a guy in the... I'm out on the flight deck in a hole where the reel is for the gas.
Oh, shoot.
You know the hoses you pump your gas with?
Oh, yeah.
Try to wrap one of those up on a reel, but it's thicker.
Oh, thanks.
It was the worst. So the thing is still whipping like crazy. You got another guy out there hooking up the nozzle to the helicopter, pulling a sample, spin it, look for sediment, cloudy, whatever, show it to the pilot. You get a A-OK, and then I'm start the pump or whatever like that or something. And so then they're really pumping gas. And then, like I say, they're still whipping. You've got to get that rolled back up and out of the way. You're in a little tiny hole, nothing but you and a reel, and this hose there's no flex in it. You know what I mean? I'd get it in the hole and out of the way, but it was always a mess. And then as soon as I got a second, I'd get it fixed. But that's a little bit of my Navy story, John. JP5, man, that stuff stinks. And when we would strike on fuel, underway replenishment, you would have a guy, me. I don't remember what the walkies were called, but you'd plug them in, and you remember? Somebody tell me what the headsets with the talker was. But you would have to go, like wrapping a fire hose. But you would have to go to the vent and stand watch. So they're pumping gas or oil into tanks on the ship, and there's a vent pipe coming out, topside, and you would have to somebody have to stand watch over there. Everybody be working their butts off doing underway replenishment. It's crazy. The boats are next to another boat, and you're underway, and they're striking things over, you know what I mean? Materials, fuel, whatever. And you're on the other side of the boat where there's nothing going on at all.
That would be wild.
But it stinks because all that nasty air in those empty tanks are coming up.
Oof.
Oh, it was the worst.
Ugh.
It was the worst. And then there was... So my boat was a flat bottom boat, so that means there's 2 screws on it, 2 propellers on the back of this boat, because it would ballast down. It was flat. It had a well deck, and it was amphibious, so vehicles we had a stern gate that would drop like a garage door, and boats could come in the back.
Makes sense, yeah.
Right?
Okay, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And then we had helicopter pads on top and 2 cranes.
That's cool.
Dude, crazy, the ship. And flat bottom meant that when the weather was rough, it would really get tossed as well. There's a bunch of Gilligan Island jokes in there somewhere, I'm sure. But, called you Grapes, sound-powered phone. Yes. Yep, we were called Grapes. The best thing about being on flight deck crew, though, was you didn't have to stand watch, you didn't have to work in the engine rooms, and you could cut everybody in lunch.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? You cut everybody at lunch. We did 600. We got all kinds of ribbons because there was a lot going on back then. Mm-hmm. So it was funny when we were on shore command, when we'd be on shore, here I am like E2, E3, with like all this swag from all these things we did, operations, and we did some crazy stuff because right out of boot camp, 6-month med crews, they got cut short to deal with Somalia and Bosnia and Cuban Haitian refugee. They were leaving building I mean, it was nuts. So we did all kinds of stuff. So, man, I got back from a 6-month cruise and I looked like some kind of, like I've been around for a minute. It's nuts. And some officer tell you your hat's on crooked, and it's like, man, you got your National Defense ribbon. It's the one everyone gets at boot camp. You you can't talk to me right now. You can't talk. We're haze gray and underway, dude. We're hull snipes. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm wearing overalls right now. It's fine. Leave me alone, dude. You just got here. Shut up. So anyway, oh yeah. So another stupid watch you would stand is called shaft. You'd be in the shaft alley, which is the very bottom of the boat, but there's nothing in it but the big screw, the tube that goes through the bottom of the boat, and then, the props back here.
Wow.
So you would be in there all by yourself in the very bottom of the boat, making sure nothing breaks, because they're going through the Suez Canal or somewhere crazy where they're afraid they're...
Might strike something.
Yep. So you're down there with the sound-powered phone, sleeping, waiting for something to happen. So I went through the Suez Canal and only got to see it for a minute.
Yep.
Because I was down there on Shaft Alley bearing watch.
Jeez.
Hey, Adam Hampton, what's up? Yeah, man, Navy. I'm a shellback, dude. Been across the equator and all that good stuff. Did the initiation. Also did a lot of defense deals when Clinton was still in office with that low reduced budget. That was a year before 9/11. I was, these defense companies need a lot of capital for activity. Dang, flight deck is so dangerous. Super glad Pilot Ryan made it, though. Through. Now he can fly anything he desires, unlike the pressure of military flying. Yeah, man, I was a young man with no responsibilities, no kids, no wife, no nothing. And I saved a lot of money then. And flight deck, you got flight deck pay, which was extra. And then all the stuff we were doing, there was some imminent danger pay. And then there were sometimes we had tax-free pay.
That's sweet.
Because of where we were. There were sometimes it was nuts.
That's wild.
It was nuts.
Wow.
But I mean, you would pay to be on land for 5 minutes. You know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
it was busy.
Yeah.
It was cool. So I'm sure I left something out, but didn't miss anything, huh? It was neat. It was really neat. And I learned something. It's no joke that you learn something about yourself in those situations. I mean, I was 19, turned 19 at boot camp. I was young. And you are in engineering. You have to learn how to stand watch on this equipment. It's big money equipment. It's running the boat. It's spooky. There's a lot to learn. And a lot of times it's very easy to drag your feet and not get qualified to do these watches.
I could see that.
And so what happens eventually is they're like, okay, you don't get qualified. When we finally land somewhere, you're not going to get off the boat to go kick off and play. Because in Europe, there wasn't a drinking age,
Uh-huh.
Okay, cool. That's all the motivation I needed. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you step two and you learn and you do what you got to do, and then you do it. And you stand the watches and you learn how to go through this protocol and tag out these things before you fix them and all the safety stuff. It's all OSHA,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
and safety and maintenance and required maintenance and preventative maintenance, and then flight quarters, general quarters, things like that. Everybody really is a fireman on the ship, whether that's your rate or not. You have to, boy, if there's a fire, you better put it out.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
you got to save the ship. It isn't about your buddy. It isn't about Bobby K. It's save the ship. They don't care about you. Save the ship. Good times. Yeah, man, USS Ashland was about a third the size of an aircraft carrier, and of course, always in a group. I think our battle group was the USS America. I can't remember. You wouldn't always see the other ships. I tell you what was crazy though. You would hear the pinging of subs
Really?
When you were down in the bottom of the boat in the shaft alley,
No shit.
you could hear the pinging.
That's cool.
Cool and crazy, spooky
I
too.
bet.
I was like, I hope that's us. You know what I mean? I hope that's our guys. I put out one fire in the shaft alley, actually. But we were in the shipyards. It was the guy welding, cutting metal in the deck to run some pipes or something. Drop down a hot piece of metal in like the bilge that's got oil and junk in it.
Fire before you know it.
You're down in the bottom of this huge, all the way down hole. You're not going to go get somebody. No. Hey man, there's a fire in here. Like you're on fire watch, like legit, like with you in a CO2 deal.
Jeez.
So if something happens, you put it out.
That's wild.
Because the guys are welding.
That's wild.
Dude, yeah, I put one out.
That's pretty cool.
I don't think anybody knew. But, oh well. All right, so look we go on and on and on. Last minute, anything? Is the stream still going well? Oh, dude. Yeah, first deployment, John, was 6-month cruise. I mean, after that, you couldn't touch me. Everything else was small potatoes.
Yeah.
First deployment was a 6-month cruise. I mean, the story is just crazy. I mean, man, we're talking about it, so I'm talking about it. So 3-section watch bill. Every third day, you had like a 20-hour day. So 2 to 7 in the morning watch, work all day. You'd have the 5 to 10 watch. That's a long day. Starts at 2 in the morning, goes till 10 o'clock the next day.
A long day.
But then the next day, you're standing. It's always moving up, staggered. The next day, you would stand the 7 to 12 in the morning watch. So you're on watch instead of work. You're walking around with the clipboard instead of doing like maintenance and things like that, cleaning this, wiping that, painting this, waxing this. My ship was new, so they were always having brass on board to check it out because it was new. So it's like management. It's classic management is only there to create stress and make sure things get done. Mm-hmm. So you'd have the 7 to 12, and then you would have 7 to 12, and then somebody else had the 12 to 5, and you would have the 5 to 10, I think. Anyway, I could figure it out, but every third day you had a super long day. But that was underway. When you're not underway, it's different. The watch was called cold iron, where there's not as much running. You have all your systems up and running when you're haze gray and underway. It's a city out there floating. Everything's got to work. Robert, see you later, man. Or you saying bye to Brad? It's been a long show, 2.5 hours. Anthony saying Filippo's got some Army stories. You got to go to Dave's RC and get him going on his stories, San Filippo. And I know Eric Quinn RC is doing a thing with stories, veteran stories like us. So connect with EQRC, because I think there may be a way to document stories with him. I think that's something he's doing really on purpose. So, man, tell your story. Tell your story, man. There's lots of them, but that's like in a nutshell, kind of my Navy one. There's many facets to it. All right, guys. Thanks for supporting us over here. We're growing this thing. All of our buddies here with wrenches and without wrenches who have channels, go by and check them out. If you like what you see, comment, let them know you appreciate what they're doing, because you really do have to do it on purpose. Nobody accidentally coordinates with other people to bring cameras and junk out there to get things done. So there's some work involved, but it's the best work ever. And overall, the best part becomes the connections we make with all of you in the community of flyers, helping each other improve and get better all the time. Pilot Robert, heal well. Love you. Good to see you here. I know it's super late there for you. Everybody else, just blow up the end of this chat with loads of emojis. Welcome Bobby once again for being here tonight, and you'll be seeing more of him in videos and in these streams. And wish us luck on getting this house dialed in, and super excited about some new cameras and lights and all that good stuff, man.
Bunches of good stuff to come.
We're ramping it up, and who knows, maybe some more deals. Hobbyzone.com, you guys, the Marlins are coming. Tuesday they should be shipping. Get yours through my link. Get anything you get at Hobbyzone through my link. Link will be in the description. I know it's in the chat. And if you want it, hit me on social. I'll give it to you because it helps us out. That's it. We're going to do this thing. This is how we end it, Bobby. We're going to roll in 5. Hanger rats forever. 3 you later. You're too good to be forgotten. See you next time. Stick 'em Monkey Pants. Episode 56 on the books. See you at Mary Boozer's tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, y'all. Okay, now how do I do this?
See you guys.
See you later. Yeah, Bobby, you got anything for him, man?
No,
That's it.
not that I can think of.
All right. Peace.
See you guys.